Yo, what's poppin', people? Cobra Star Green back with you guys on another video today. Look, if you guys first time finding my channel or anything, please just look below, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel out. Yes, today we are doing a spoiler review for the new The Marvels. Yes, we are going to deep dive, spoil this movie, talk about that post-credit scene, and well, did I full on like the movie? Well, we're just gonna talk about it. Cue the intro.
We got a problem, 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 it's probably you. Yeah, we got a problem, we got a problem, we got a problem, we got a problem, we got a problem.
Now, if you guys have already seen my non-spoiler review, you kind of know where my head's already at. So we're just going to talk about some things I didn't get to talk about in that review, and that is the spoilers for this movie. Now, let's go ahead and talk about it. I will be talking about the post-credit scene, but that'll be at the very end of the movie, or at the end of the review. But let's talk about some things. I feel like the best character here definitely was Miss Marvel. She was amazing here. She is the reason that if you're going to go see this movie, you go see it for Miss Marvel. She does a fantastic job here. She seems like the only person that truly cares about even being here. You know what I'm saying? And she just brings life to this movie as a whole. So I would say definitely, if you're going to go see this movie, go see it for Mrs. Marvel, aka Kamala. She does a fantastic job. Everybody else, Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, they're fine in this one. I'll just say they're both collectively as a whole, they are fine. You won't be disappointed by them, but they're fine. Damn it, they just saw a spoiler right there. Okay, let's just go into spoilers. Since the trailer want to spoil it, let's go into spoilers. I was gonna talk about her a little bit later, but damn, they talk about this girl right now in the trailer. So the reason why I hate the villain so much in the movie is because she's lackluster, she's boring AF, and she doesn't really do anything. You don't fear this villain at all. And I couldn't get into this in my non-spoiler talk, but goddamn, I'm getting to it now. I'm gonna talk about how her story ends, how it begins, and everything in between. So let's go ahead and talk about the villain, the main antagonist of this story. So if y'all can't see her face here, but this is for sure how she ends right here. This is how she freaking dies in the movie, and it don't make too much sense. So let's talk about it. So I think her character name was like Dar Ben. I think that's how you say it. And this is her right here. It's like, this is the main antagonist right here. So pretty much her stick is Captain Marvel ruined her world. You know what I'm saying? She ruined all her people's world, so she pretty much wants revenge. The same stick we've seen with a lot of these other villains, right? So it's the same way. Like I said, Captain Marvel ruins her world, and she wants revenge on Captain Marvel. That's her whole entire stick, and making sure her people are good, right? It's the same boring crap you see in every other Marvel movie, and it's here again. And you don't even fear her. Like the scariest thing about her is that if you guys see it right here, she has this little bracelet right here, kind of like Mrs. Marvel has. So that's the reason to fear her, because that's how she gets her power, pretty much. But then at the end of the movie, she gets a hold of Miss Marvel's bracelets also, so she has two of them. And then like she tries to create this portal, and she just ends up killing herself, right? And with that, she opens up another dimension, right? So when she opens up the other dimension, she's dead. Other dimension is opened, and we all know what the other dimension is, what they're trying to do with the other dimension. I'll talk about it later on. But her character was just kind of stupid, and it was just kind of bland. It was just like, well, we gotta throw some type of villain in there, so hence this one. I don't say it's as wasted as Christian Bale was as God the Butcher, but it's just to the same effect. Like, why are they even here? You know, it's just these are so they don't put no effort into these villains no more, except for Kang the Conqueror, and that's because they have to, because he's the new big bad, you know. But other than that, it's just like, man, what's up, man? What's up? Like, can y'all write some better villains here? Because this ain't it. And I was like, when she popped up on screen, I was like, yay, she's back. No excitement, no joy, no nothing. Man, let's move on. But I'll say, early on, I said it in my main review, I really thought that first 30 minutes was really good. That first 30 minutes where it's pretty much the three Marvels, and they have to teleport, and they're understanding why they teleport, but they're teleporting to different spots whenever they use their power. That's pretty much the thing. And it's all because of these little bracelets that the other girl has. Because the villain's pretty much, what they kind of explain is the villain's messing everything up, pretty much, right? So whenever these three are using their powers, pretty much they get teleported to where they're switching places everywhere because of what this villain is doing. And I thought that was cool. I'm like, okay, while that's going on, there's this huge fighting sequence at the same exact time. So one is teleporting one place, one teleporting to another place, and they have to keep the momentum going. Like, they still have to be fighting. They still have to be on their toes. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I like this. And at that point, it's the first 30 minutes. They ain't got to explain nothing. It just happens. You know, so that's the part that I really think if people are going to enjoy the film, it's going to be because of Ms. Marvel. And it's gonna be because that first 30 minutes when all the fighting is going, or when a lot of fighting is going on and things, and they have to teleport. Yeah, I those were fun. You know, one thing I didn't bring up, but I'll bring her up now. Yes, Valkyrie is back in this, but she don't do nothing. She literally is there to get a group of people and to just teleport them. It's just a glorified cameo, and I see the reason why I threw it in there because you know this movie's not tracking to do well. So they like, all right, we'll throw in as much as we can into this trailer so we can get people butts in seats. But she's literally in the movie for like 3 minutes, y'all. She's in the movie. She gets these, she gets the scrolls, and then she takes the scrolls and she dips. That's pretty much her, and she don't even come back. Which I'm not mad at it. I'm just like, wow, they're really throwing a lot here. But if y'all thought that Valkyrie is gonna be like a main part of this movie or doing something in this movie, she does nothing. She didn't even put her suit on. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. She's in that suit. She's in that suit and tie the whole entire 3 minutes, and then she's gone. She leaves the movie and to never be seen again. I'll say I did like the action in this movie. I think, but that's something I say in all the Marvel movies. One thing all the Marvel movies have down is the action sequences and the fighting. Yes, it's there here, and it's still good here. You know what I'm saying? Especially how they have to contrast 3 different powers and how they have to showcase that on the screen. Yeah, they do an amazing job because every power, they're kind of the same, but they're different in different ways. And I like how they showcase that. I gotta give it. VFX artists in this movie did a great job. The effects, yeah, they did a great job here. There's one thing I want to talk about. I couldn't go too deep in it because I didn't want to spoil nothing. Other review, but yeah, in the second act of the movie, so let me back this up. So Captain Marvel, there's a backstory. They don't really explain too much. She kind of just does a little bit of explaining, but she pretty much says that, yeah, there was a while back where I kind of saved this one country, and now they think of me as like their princess, pretty much, right? So our 3 characters get told to go to another place by her. She's like, we'll go there, and the reason why we're going to go there is so we can get their help to fight this villain, right? And she goes there, and pretty much soon as all 3 of them get there, Miss Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, soon as all 3 of them go to this specific planet, everybody just starts singing. And I'm like, okay, like that's just their culture, you know what I'm saying? And I was really getting a lot of Black Panther vibes when I was watching that. I was like, wow, y'all might as well just say this is Wakanda, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? It's like all the dancing, the agriculture, all that stuff you see. And like, wow, like it really feels like Black Panther a lot. I was like, okay. And then later on, you end up meeting the prince. I believe his name is Prince Yan. I think that's his name. You meet Prince Yan, and like I said, pretty much these 2 are kind of like a thing, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's the prince. She's the princess, and then you start seeing Brie Larson and him and the prince start singing, and I'm like, look. It sounds just like Disney, y'all. I don't even know another way to put it. Y'all gonna see that scene, and y'all gonna think of so many Disney movies. Literally, like whenever I saw those 2 singing together and they were dancing and singing, I started naming off movies. I'm like, okay, this looks like this. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see, if you guys seen the movie, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. To me, it don't sound that good either, but I get it. Brie Larson's not really a singer. But I was just like, yeah, this just feels off. And it just feels like we're introducing this whole entire plot point just because Wakanda made a lot of money, Black Panther made a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, and all their Disney properties make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Marvel's a part of Disney. So I guess why not? And why not try it? You know, kids are going to see this movie. They love Disney movies. They probably love that scene. You know, that's the only reason why I was thinking that scene was even in the movie. Because other than that scene just looks kind of out of place. That whole entire thing looks kind of out of place, you know? But I mean, yeah, if y'all like that part, let me know, because I was not a fan of it. But the biggest thing about these Marvel movies is pretty much nowadays, except for the James Gunn ones, I feel like they kind of just stick to formula. And this one does the same exact thing. You got your action, you got your little character moments here and there, cool effects, stuff like that, and that's it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like the story is losing its way. It's losing its feel, and it's not as prominent and as strong as they used to be. You know what I'm saying? I never get attached, or I never get emotionally invested into these movies like I did when I saw Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War. Man, I was so driven into these movies, man. You don't understand the effect. When something happened to a certain character, I was damn near in tears. Just because how the movies did with these characters. You feel something with these characters. In this Marvel movie, the Marvels, I didn't feel nothing, man. I'm sorry. These characters, I felt exactly nothing. And let's talk about the end of the movie just because we're here and just because something happens to one of our characters. Like I said earlier, the villain pretty much, she has those two bracelets and she ends up ripping a portal, right? To another dimension, another universe pretty much, right? And pretty much, I'm not gonna go too crazy, but Monica Rambeau is the main one to she's the one that closes it up, right? But when she closes it up, she gets stuck in the other universe. And that hence goes into the post-credit scene, which we'll talk about in just a second. But whatever she got transported into this new universe, I felt nothing. Like, you see Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel holding each other, they're like, yo, and then they're telling Nick Fury, like, yo, we lost her, you know, she's gone, you know? And I was like, first I was like, no, she's not. And then I was like, I feel absolutely nothing here, y'all. I'm like, wow, that's when I really knew. Because I watched The Creator, and y'all know how the ending of The Creator goes. I was damn near in tears watching that. You know what I'm saying? This, I'm like, I don't really care. And I know this is Marvel. She's going to be all right, you know? That's just how I felt. Like, I felt nothing. This whole entire movie, the Marvels, I felt nothing at all. Like, nothing, man. If anything would happen to Captain Marvel, I wouldn't have felt nothing. Now, really quickly, I'm going to say there's two post-credit scenes because the one at the very end of the movie feels like a post-credit scene. So really quick, if you guys don't know what happens in the movie is Miss Marvel is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, she's trying to get her team together. She's the Young Avengers. That's what she's trying to get going. And pretty much first on her list is Kate Bishop, a.k.a. What's her name? Hawkeye? And she like, I forgot what she is. I call her Kate Bishop. But you see her at the end of the movie. And the way it's played out, it feels like it should be a post-credit scene. Because like it just didn't feel like an ending of a movie. It felt like a post-credit scene moment. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they did that on purpose. I don't know, but that I feel like there should be another ending, and then you include at the end she's recruiting Kate Bishop as for the Young Avengers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she's the one that pops up at the end. That's one of the little cameos that pops up is her, and she's being recruited by Miss Marvel, which I think is cool. Like I said, if Miss Marvel is trying to lead a team, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Because her character is amazing. I really enjoy her character. Hey, while we're here, let's talk about that post-credit scene. The reason why everybody kind of wanted to go see this movie. And it's getting leaked everywhere. So let's talk about it. Miss Monica Rambeau ends up getting stuck in a whole other universe at the end of the movie. And we don't really see what happens at the end of the movie, but we see it in the post-credit scene. So in the post-credit scene, pretty much, well, she's, at this hospital, and she ends up seeing her mother, but her mother, you guys remember her mother from the first Captain Marvel movie, the same girl that played, but yes, her, and you see somebody talking to her, and she ends up looking, and they both of them look, and it's Beast Boy. You know what I'm saying? It's Beast Boy from the X-Men. I was like, oh, okay, it's how I gonna introduce the X-Men, but the effects on Beast Boy don't look right. I was like, I might as well just got the actor. Because I'm like, with no makeup. Because, like, look at this. This is from damn near 20 years ago. And that looks good. The Beast Boy you see in the post-credit scene, it just don't look like the effects were done. It looked like it need like another render or two other renders for it to be finished. But this was literally 2006, and that was look good. But that's what he's kind of supposed to look like. But like I said, the post-credit scene, he didn't look the best. But yeah, it's them introducing the X-Men. Cause you see like a big X in the background, And then also he's talking about Charles Xavier. So Charles Xavier is just in that same universe too. So, but the door is closed. So they're gonna try some way to bring these X-Men into our main universe. So that's pretty much what that is. Hey, I mean, you guys know my thoughts on this movie. You guys know I wasn't the biggest fan of this one. I don't think these Marvel movies are getting any better. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad because I used to hold these Marvel movies up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be so excited to go see a Marvel movie. And now I'm like, well, I just hope it's better than Ant-Man. You know? And that's what mainly everybody else is thinking, because I've just seen a bunch of other critics. And they're like, yeah, well, at least it's not as bad as Ant-Man. At least it's not as bad as Thor. And I'm just like, wow, that's the bar for our movies now. Our Marvel movies is that as long as they're not as bad as Thor, we'll go see them. And that's just where we're at. Yeah, this movie is a lot of fun. There's a lot of passion to this movie. I feel like I see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that goes unnoticed. But there's just so many messy things with this movie that just makes me be like, yeah, I don't care. You know, if I go throughout a movie and I say I felt nothing, then to me, in my eyes, the movie did no justice for me. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the movies where I just didn't feel anything. You know, so there's a lot of cool moments. That first 20, 30 minutes is dope. Miss Marvel is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau, they're just fine. The villain was god awful, but you know, there's some things to have fun with, to be playful with in here. But there's just, to me, there's just the bad is there too, and the bad is damn near outweighing the good. So that's why I gave the movie a 6 out of 10. But hey, let me know you guys' thoughts on it down below. Y'all first time finding my channel, hit the subscribe button. Also the video, tell me your thoughts, complaint, criticism, so down below. And hey, we'll see you at the next one. Peace.